Every credit guru on YouTube is telling you the exact same lie. They sell you a templated letter, cite 15 U.S.C. Section 1681, and claim the bureaus must delete your negative items within 30 days if they cannot verify them. But here is the credit reality check you are never told. The moment your certified mail arrives at a data processing center, a human being does not open it. Your letter is instantly fed into an optical character recognition scanner. If the software detects an internet template, a simulated handwriting font, or copy-pasted consumer law jargon from an online forum, an automated system flags it. Within 400 milliseconds, your document is assigned a programmatic dispute code and routed directly into a digital sandbox. You are fighting an algorithmic gatekeeper with paper weapons. To understand how your letter is flagged so quickly, you have to look at the secondary consumer reporting agencies that operate in the shadows. Before your dispute even reaches the big three bureaus, your information is cross-referenced against back-end database clearinghouses like LexisNexis, SageStream, and Innovis. These secondary repositories store deep, unedited historical data footprints that retail consumers do not even know exist. When you mail a standard dispute letter to Experian or Equifax, their automated mainframes instantly ping these secondary databases to verify your identity, your past addresses, and your historical account relationships. If the data elements across these shadow networks match the creditor's reported file, the mainframes automatically validate the entry before a human investigator ever glances at your paperwork. The entire financial system operates on a highly structured, automated data format called Metro 2. When you challenge an account, the credit bureau does not read your paragraphs and they do not care about your emotional explanations. Instead, the bureau translates your entire written dispute into a simplified 2-digit numeric code inside an automated software network called eOscar. For example, code 01 means not belongs to consumer. Code 02 means belongs to another individual. This 2-digit code is the only piece of data transmitted back to the original creditor. The bank's automated mainframe checks that numeric code against its electronic ledger, clicks verified, and transmits it back. Your detailed 3-page dispute letter was permanently reduced to a single 2-digit number. When the eOscar network transmits that 2-digit dispute code to the bank or credit card company, it triggers an automated verification loop. No one at the bank is walking down to a basement to pull physical paper applications or signatures. The bank's server receives the electronic request, runs an automated batch process against its internal consumer database, and checks if your social security number matches the account balance in their system. If the electronic records align, the bank's system automatically responds with a standardized verification packet. This entire back-end conversation between the credit bureau's software and the bank's server takes place in milliseconds. The system is entirely machine-to-machine, which is why your generic dispute letters are returned as verified with absolute algorithmic certainty. If you want to break through this automated loop, you must stop acting like a retail consumer and start acting like an institutional auditor. Stop buying internet template packages and stop writing emotional letters. To disrupt an automated system, you have to target its architectural limitations. The software running the credit bureaus cannot process nuance, but it is strictly bound by data accuracy compliance rules. When you audit your credit report, you are not looking for excuses. You are looking for internal structural data contradictions within the Metro 2 fields themselves. If the information reported by a creditor contains mathematical or formatting inconsistencies across the 3 major bureaus, the automated system faces an indexing conflict it cannot resolve. Let us look directly at the raw data fields where legacy bank mainframes frequently make mistakes. When a credit account is updated, the data must align perfectly across several distinct metrics: the date of first delinquency, the date closed, the account status, and the scheduled payment amount. On a charged-off account, a collection account, or a transferred debt, the scheduled payment amount field must legally be reported as 0. Because the account is closed, no active monthly payment can be due. Yet, if you audit your complete consumer disclosures, you will frequently find creditors listing a balance due while simultaneously reporting a recurring monthly scheduled payment amount. This is a direct violation of Metro 2 structural reporting compliance. When you point out an internal data contradiction like a scheduled payment on a charged-off account, you change the entire back-end dynamic. Your dispute letter should not cite generic consumer laws. It must specifically target the conflicting data fields. When this highly precise dispute enters the eOscar system, it cannot be compressed into a generic 01 or 02 dispute code without creating a massive compliance liability for the Bureau. If the automated system attempts to cross-reference the contradictory fields against the bank's ledger, the electronic validation sequence fails because the reported numbers do not reconcile mathematically. The automated system lacks the cognitive ability to patch its own data errors, forcing the system to reject the verification attempt. When the automated verification sequence fails due to an irreconcilable data contradiction, the credit bureau hits a hard systemic boundary. Under federal compliance guidelines, if an item cannot be verified accurately due to internal data conflicts, it cannot remain on your consumer profile. Because a human investigator will not manually rebuild a flawed data file for a standard consumer account, the algorithmic gatekeeper is forced to execute a total purge of the unaligned record. By acting as an auditor and forcing a technical mismatch within their electronic ledger, you use the Bureau's own automated architecture to delete the negative account. This is how you shift from fighting the machine to making the machine work for you.